Today's lesson, boys and girls, in philosophy is Rumi.
That was my favorite class today. We're going to talk today about Jalaluddin Rumi. Rumi was a Persian philosopher, an Asian philosopher, and he had some ideas that were a little bit different than some of the philosophers we've discussed so far. Rumi was not he didn't adhere strictly to set guidelines. He believed that you should follow your heart. He said the heart was the biggest jewel that anybody could ever have. And if you followed your heart, you would do the correct thing. So I guess that's a summation of Rumi's philosophy. Love. The heart, follow the heart, and love was all you need. It is rumored that John Lennon was studying, who loved all things Asian, studied Rumi and some other Asian philosophers when he wrote the song All You Need Is Love, the big Beatles hit in the late 1960s. So what can I tell you? What else can I tell you about Rumi? He was born in present-day Afghanistan, we believe. He was born to in an educated family. He excelled in education. He was a bit of a scholar when he was younger, and he got into teaching, and he ended up at a very early age, about 25, we think, becoming a headmaster of a school, which is pretty impressive at that age. Then he converted to Islam. When he converted to Islam, he, of course, did what he did best. He studied there as well, and he became a devout Muslim and a jurist. Now, in the Islamic world, a jurist is someone held in high esteem. It is someone who issues fatwas. Fatwas is advice on the teachings of Islam in relation to a situation. So he was very well respected in the Islamic world. Later, Islamic clerics and scholars would reference him as almost a prophet. Very, very learned man. They had deep respect for his philosophy. And his philosophy, again in summation, was follow your heart. The heart is the biggest jewel that any individual can ever have. And you must follow what your heart tells you. And he was a big believer in love. Do the best you can to help your fellow man. And I guess that's the philosophy of Rumi. Follow your heart. Rumi's probably not the most well-known of philosophers, and I would doubt that most of you in grade 12 would have even heard his name before. He's not like Confucius. He doesn't have the popularity of Confucius or Taoism, but he's very well known in Asia, and I hear his name from time to time now. I didn't a decade ago, but you do now because there's a big influx in Asian students in this area. So I guess that's my summation of Rumi. Follow the heart. Have a good day, boys and girls.